And welcome once again because it is Tuesday night, and that means we are live once again at the Amador Live Eatery and Entertainment District with our Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast, brought to you by Instacopy Imaging. And it's a very cool night. It looks like they got some clouds threatening a little bit, but they're just talk right now. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. So you've got plenty of time to kind of come out here and join us out on the patio. And we've got a very special guest out here tonight. Scott Schroeder, but we'll get to Scott in a bit. Actually, I'm pretty sure Scott's going to chime in here a little bit when we start talking about what's been going on sports-wise here in the Valley. Of course, this last weekend, state baseball and softball tournaments were going on, and Centennial had a good shot. Centennial men's people, they got to the finals.
They sure did.
Unfortunately, they were not able to go ahead and close that out, and so unfortunately, they lost their championship game. And then Centennial softball, undefeated through the season, goes into the tournament still making it run, and then double elimination time up in Albuquerque, and they lost that first game Friday, and then they lost to Piedra Vista in that second game, so they were out. And they finished with a 29-2 record, though.
In anyone that's a parent of these kids, I mean, you should be super proud of the season you had. Heartbreaking into the season, but what a great run for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were just checking right now with some good news for New Mexico State baseball as well, because after concluding their conference schedule, they were hosting the Lobos at Presley Askew. And of course, the Aggies were 1-2 on that season. They lost one in Albuquerque. They lost one here, but they won one in Albuquerque. So that game to get the split today, just check the score. What was it, Scott?
8-0. Go Aggies.
Shut them out. So,
way to go.
Yeah, I should actually look to see who was on the mound right there. But that's great to hear from the Aggies. I believe they got 3 more games to go ahead and finish out their entire season against St. Thomas here at Presley Askew. I believe that next game is going to be Thursday.
Yep.
And they've got a 6 p.m. First pitch time. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, they'll finish up with an 11 a.m. game at Presley Askew. So you still have a good weekend to go ahead and check out Aggie baseball for this season. And also, when we're speaking about New Mexico State, NCAA men's golf regionals, we have 2 kids up there, Aiden Thomas and Garrison Smith. They're both competing, and I believe Aiden had hit his stride on the back 9 there and finished his opening round with a 72 under, pretty good there. And then Garrison Smith actually fired off an eagle on his second hole of the opening round. So he got off to a great start, but at the turn he was 1 under, and he finished the day at 71 1 under as well, which is good for a 42nd place tie. But they teed off this morning. Haven't gotten any news on how they did for the second round today, but hopefully they did really, really well, because those are some great players. They're really good players there. And now we're just go ahead, get to this. NBA. I know I was in a hurry to get out of here last week because the Suns were playing on Tuesday night, but Thursday night they had that elimination game and just could not get it done against the Joker, Nikola Jokic, and the Denver Nuggets. And quite honestly, kind of an embarrassing game for the Suns, but it is what it is. There's lots of stuff that's happened since then. They fired the coach, and they're going to kind of move on with that. But that's Suns basketball. I've been a Suns fan for over 30 years.
Yeah, Gino, I know you have, man. I'm telling you, hang in there, bud. Hang in there. You got a good team there.
Here's the thing. I did this with the Suns, and I did this with the 49ers. When we went through those really bad years,
yes, sir.
The best thing about when you have a team that's going through some bad times, all the merchandise goes to the giveaway bin. You can get your caps and shirts at discounts. It's great.
Why do you think I have all the Raiders gear that I have?
Well, that's why. It's been a while.
Yeah,
and we'll get to Vegas here in a second here when before we get to the end. But yeah, the NBA conference finals are actually tipping off tonight. Denver is going to be taking on the Lakers, game 1 of that Western Conference Finals. And in the East, I do believe we have Boston and the Celtics playing the Miami Heat. So that is going to be your Western Conference and your Eastern Conference Finals. We'll see who gets to the NBA Finals. Also, speaking of some playoffs here, Stanley Cup playoffs going on. For those of you that like your hockey, the Stars beat the Kraken 2-1 in Game 7 in Dallas to advance to the Western Conference Finals. And the Hurricanes host Florida Panthers in the Eastern Conference Finals. Carolina has home ice advantage with Game 1 taking place in Raleigh on Thursday. And this is where that Las Vegas trip comes in.
You're going to talk about the A's.
I'm going to talk about the A's because the Oakland Athletics are reaching an agreement on a new site deal in Las Vegas. That's
right where the Tropicana used to be.
Yeah, where it used to be. Yeah, they're gonna
level it.
They're gonna level it. They're gonna go ahead and build a stadium there. And you know what? That's actually a cool place to put a stadium.
My 2 cents on that as an avid Raiders fan. Like if you're a Raiders fan, you're kind of a quasi A's fan. Like I hate that I hate it for the Bay Area that they're losing that, but they're not showing up to games. I mean, they're just not. I mean, attendance is what it is. So you bring them over, you rebrand them, you have an exciting thing there. Hopefully Las Vegas can support something like that. I know going to Raiders games, it's a little bit iffy because into this, it was better on the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But you're trying to breed that. Now you're trying to breed 2. Look at the Knights model and how they did it.
Yeah.
And how successful that's been. If they can follow that roadmap, they'll be successful.
I think they're going to be doing pretty good, and having that stadium right there for the Tropicana, that's a really good spot. I mean, it makes me think of what used to be the Diamondback Stadium right there downtown Phoenix. I was there in that area before that was even built, and I think it was like a little strip mall type of thing that used to be there. A friend of mine used to work at a video game store there, but it was when they put that downtown, it was amazing, and it was really, really good. We'll get everything.
No, I got you. So, when you give Las Vegas a chance to build something, and I've seen it firsthand with the Raiders Stadium, and I know that they're going to do a great job with the A Stadium. When you give Las Vegas a chance to build something like that, that's what they're really good at.
Yeah.
And if you're an A's fan and you're listening to this and you're heartbroken over that, I understand. One of my best friends is a hardcore A's fan. He lives out in the Bay Area. He's distraught over this, but hang in there. When they come over and they rebrand it, give them a chance. I think you'll have a really good experience.
Well, give them a chance, and if anything, hey, it's an excuse to get a weekend in Vegas.
Yeah, of course.
That's not a bad deal in itself. So
and during baseball season, so you can stay right there on the strip. I'm sure tickets are going to be reasonable.
They'll probably have some deals. Right?
Yeah. Well, it's baseball. It's not football. I mean, right now, like with football tickets for the Raiders is tough. It's tough, but with baseball, it's going to be completely different because there's so many games, and I know they're going to do a good job with it. Give them a chance. See how it plays out.
I think the only other issue is probably just having everybody adjust to that summer heat.
100%.
Yeah, that
100%.
heat in Vegas is brutal, and that's coming from someone who used to live in Phoenix.
I'm betting that they're going to do something indoor.
Something that's got some shade, get the AC going.
I mean, they can do whatever they want.
That's true. It's an open book for them. And Vegas, like you said, they're really good at building these things. We'll just have to wait and see. I think they're looking at 2027 is when that was looking at getting
2027. That's what I read.
Yeah, 2027. So that'll be a good one there. I thought I had that in there, but yeah, that'll be it'll be good. It'll be interesting. We're going to be keeping an eye on it. We'll see how it goes. And like I said, for the Oakland fans, hey, it's an excuse. It's a reason to get out to Vegas for a few days and
watch some baseball.
Watch some baseball. Heck, taking a show and have a good time.
Stay right
Vegas
there.
is a fun place.
It's right off the strip. Taking a show, make a weekend out of it. Catch a couple games, and do the shows at night or whatever you want to do. Have a Vegas weekend and come back.
Hit the M&M store, whatever you want.
Hey, Raider Image store.
All right, there you go. Get all the merch that you can get. And now let's go ahead and get into a few things with you, Scott.
Yeah.
How things been going with the Goal Line Club?
I got to tell you, super excited about what we're doing right now. If you're listening to this, if you run into me, I always have cards on me now, but the website's live.
Oh, is it live now?
So we got it done. So it's www.nmstateglc.com. So if you log on to www.nmstateglc.com, it's going to take you to a landing page, and the landing page is just going to break down what the levels are, what you get for your membership. Now, if you scroll down there, Gino, on that page,
let me go ahead and bring that up for us.
There you go. Let's go ahead and take a look at this.
There you go.
My graphics department at Samson Equipment are all in on this with me. My director of my vice president of operations, Andy Zapion, is my guy.
I like the
thank you. No, thank you.
Nice.
I let them run with this. This is their brainchild, but it explains everything. So the opening level is only $100.
Mhm.
And for the opening level of only $100, you get a helmet decal. You also, but any level that you join from that movement up is 250, 500, 1,000, 2,500, $5,000, and it breaks it down. But no matter what level you get something back, and you get free access to the Goal Line Club tailgate that I host, that Samson Equipment pays for out of its marketing budget. That's the one thing I asked for. I didn't want the bonuses last year. I said, let me use that money to fund the tailgate. So we only use local restaurants for that. We don't do chains. Nothing against the chains, but we want to help local people. So we get that catered in. We have all the food you can eat, the beer you can drink, the whiskey the 6-shooter whiskey you can drink, the 1888 beer you can drink.
Yeah.
And we have it stocked fully. Every single time that we do this tailgate, we're always throwing stuff out. We're overstocked in that capacity. So you have access to that, and that brings it to you. So you'll have a lanyard. We're going to come up with this over the next couple months with administration. I work with Chet Savage with that. Chet is my guy. He is on the point. And then my liaison to Coach Kill is Rachel, our director of operations, football operations. She is the best football ops person I've ever dealt with. So we're doing big things. It's starting, and we've only had 2 events, and in those 2 events, we've raised about $75,000. That's a good start for us. So our goal is not going to be there, but if you join up, what you're going to see is we'll have a social event every couple weeks. It's going to be every 7 to 10 to max 14 days, and we're going to have movie nights at Allen Theaters. I already talked to them. We're going to have happy hour at places like this, Broken Spoke.
Yeah.
Game 1, game 2. Literally everyone I've talked to thus far, Gino, has told me yes. Like, how can we help? And it's like, well, you know what? If we can just have a space, I'm not asking for anything for free. Give us some drink specials, food specials, but let's just kind of spread the word. And I want it to be fun because we have, it's May now. We're about to get into the summer.
Yeah.
So we got about 3 months or so before football season starts.
And that 3 months will go fast.
It's already going fast. So we want to do stuff that's interactive, that gets people out, but it's fun. Coach Kill will be at most of these things. If not, it'll be one of the coaches. For NMSU football, we're a mid-major.
Yeah.
We're a small market, small town, but the big payoff with that is access.
Yeah.
And you can sit down with Coach Kill. You can sit down with him. If you ever see Coach Kill out, I encourage you chat him up because he will talk football with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's great at it.
Yeah, Coach Kill is one of the most approachable coaches I think I've ever met here.
Salt of the earth. Wants you to buy in. Like if I sit a guy down with Coach Gill, I got to give them about 10 minutes. And at the end of that 10 minutes, if they're not bought in, they just don't like football.
Yeah.
They just don't.
That's it. Yeah.
And that's fine. There's other sports, but they just don't like football. Yeah. Every time I do it, Gino, he kills it because it's coming from here. He doesn't have to fake anything, but he's open.
Yeah.
He's been through everything.
Of all the coaches, I've been here for about 25 years now. 20, actually more like 28, but I'm not really counting that anymore.
Yeah, let's not.
I don't want to do that.
Let's not do that.
I don't want to know that like there's some people graduating high school that weren't even born when I moved here.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not going to go that one.
Right.
I love it when I run into people and said, I've been listening to you since high school. When was that?
When was that?
Yeah. 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Oh, forever. No, they'll say forever. And it's 10 years. Oh, man.
The last time I went and had my taxes done, that actually happened to me. Oh, you had Gino on the radio? Yes.
Exactly.
I used to listen to you in high school.
Exactly. When was that? A long time ago. When? 6 years ago. Oh,
when did you graduate? 2001. Oh, that's nice.
Right.
But anyway, since I've been here, Coach Kill has been one of the most approachable, one of the nicest. You, like you said, if you're hanging out with him for 10 minutes and all of a sudden you guys are best friends.
Yes.
And he is like that awesome uncle that you can talk to, and he's going to be cool to hang out with at any time and everything else like that. and he is awesome. The only other coach that came close to being as approachable, especially when you run into him in the wild out there. And this is the cool thing. He actually gets out in town.
Yeah.
And he does things. And not a lot of coaches did that. But the only other coach that came close was Tony Samuel.
Yeah.
And
100%.
And
I was about
Tony
to say the
was
same thing.
awesome. The same thing.
But what both those guys have in common, and Tony Samuel came back here this last season for one of our home games.
Yeah.
It was the UNM game.
Yeah.
And we're going to go up there this next year. And if you're listening to this, go up to that game. It's going to be in Albuquerque. We're going to beat them too.
Yeah.
We're coming. I mean, this season is setting up so good for us. I mean, you got to be kidding me with the schedule.
Oh, the schedule?
You got to be kidding me with the schedule. But anyway, so Tony Samuel came back, was at our tailgate. We started talking about it, and he was like, this is the first time I've been back at a game in a long time, and it was because when they hired Coach Kill, I called him out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He took my call. We talked. A couple weeks later, I came out here and just met with him. We talked for a couple hours. I mean, he put me up, like he paid. He's like, I'll get your hotel. Like, come back tomorrow. We'll talk strategy.
That's awesome.
And it's just like, I'm old Coach Samuel, whatever, but I got a lot of love for this place. And I got a love for, like, he remembers me. He remembers what we did for the weight room. Yeah. That's the job that pays me.
I think he came into the booth.
He did. He did. And just a great guy, but it's like to see a great guy met with another great guy, and then they bond, and then it's like that's what Aggie family is supposed to be. And we've finally got the guy here now to start bridging these gaps. These bridges that we got to build, man, are big. They're big. But we can get there, and he's doing it. He's doing it. And that's like, if you ever get to meet Coach Cove, if you ever see him out there, like, respect his time, but walk up, shake his hand. Hey, thank you for what you're doing. Yeah. Because we're about to go back to another bowl game for the first time in our history. And it's going to happen this year. I'm telling you right now. Well, it's going to happen.
You were mentioning the schedule. We got a pretty interesting schedule overall.
Please.
We got Hawaii again.
You want to go through it real quick?
I can pull it up.
No, I got it. It's in my favorites, man. Like you're right here. I'll bet you I'll beat you here. Right?
I already beat you. I got a book right there. Right there. Ready. UMass. Let me even share
Western Illinois, at Liberty, at New Mexico, at Hawaii, home against FIU. Anyway. Let's just go down the first part of this, right?
Okay. All right.
UMass.
UMass.
You think UMass got a chance against us? No. Win. Let's do it.
All right.
The next one, Western Illinois. At home. After the UMass win. We're already 2-0.
Yeah, that's it.
At Liberty. Tough one. But tough one. We waxed them last year.
Yep.
And they lost their coach. New team. Dare I say, on the road, after 2-0, give me a 3-0.
And our first conference game.
Exactly. That's exactly correct. That's a big one.
Yeah.
And then we got UNM. You're telling me after the start of this season, let's just end at UNM because I'll bore you with the rest of it. You're telling me after the beginning of the season, we're not going to go up to Albuquerque and beat the crap out of them?
No, we're going to do good.
Yeah, we are. It's coming.
And then the conference looks really good too.
Oh, I think the conference is great. I love this conference. For us, Hawaii, FIU, Sam Houston State, UTEP, at UTEP. They're going down.
Yeah, absolutely.
La Tech, Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky. Then we got to play Auburn for a money game.
Yeah.
But it's late in the season. That's great. We're not going to win that game, but we're going to leave that game with $1.5 million.
Yeah.
And then we got Jacksonville State. Yeah. You telling me after that schedule, we ain't going back to a bowl game?
No. We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Please.
No.
We're going back.
It's going to be great. I am looking forward to this season. We were talking before the show started. I said, you asked me how I do it. I said, I'm doing good. I'm having fun with things.
Yeah.
That's why I
always ask my friends how they're
doing. When I travel with the Aggies, that's my vacation time. I get a vacation every week. I get away from everything. I go to a different place. I park in a hotel, chill, relax, grab some dinner with my friends, get up the next day. I don't even call it work. I get to watch every single game.
And you've been through some tough road trips.
Oh, yeah.
Tough ones. And you had to go back to work the next day, as do I.
Yeah.
I'm at work at 7. But me and you are really similar. I got an email from, because we took over Samson Equipment. That's a day job. We do the weight room equipment stuff.
Yeah.
And me and my brother run the day-to-day, and we hired a firm to run some of our HR stuff.
Yeah.
And I have this new woman now, and I've been doing this now 20 years. This is my 20th year. And she goes, I'm looking at your holiday hours, and you don't take your vacation. You don't take your, there's all these hours built up. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, nothing. She goes, what do you mean? So I call her. I don't email her back. I call her.
Yeah.
And I go, listen, my vacation is when it goes into the football season, and I travel with the football team.
Yep.
I'm still working. I'm still logging hours. I'm still on the bus. I'm answering emails, answering calls. But that's my vacation.
Yeah.
I get one of those every week with football.
Every week.
So I've actually taken, in my mind, more vacations than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, no, that's not accurate. I'm like, you don't like sports, do you? Like, and I'm glad you don't. I'm glad you're an HR person that doesn't. But
here's what
I was like, that's my.
Yeah.
I get a chance to do this. I am so, like, it's a lot of work, but here's the thing. There's no better coach. There's no better staff. There's no better group of players right now to support. I am so fortunate. I've got a group of 8 people on the Goal Line Club now. That's my board members. They're all my friends. So we get the privilege of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a privilege. Like,
Absolutely.
This is supposed to be fun. Yeah, it's a lot of work, and you're not paid for that, and that's fine. The payoff. And Coach called me today. He was like, "Man, you guys got 2 events. You've raised $80,000. Like, yeah, great. How can I help?" And I'm like, what do you need back? I'm like, win. You win on it. I don't need anything else. I need to see that scoreboard with us winning, and me and my friends will be right there on the sideline crying.
Yep,
that's my payoff. I don't need anything else.
And I understand the whole vacation hours things, because I didn't realize when I was working part-time for the longest time that those vacation hours accrued, and when I went full-time,
mm-hmm.
and at the end of the year you use them or lose them.
Use them or lose them, man.
And I said, how many vacation hours do I have? I had about a week left before these. When I went ahead and checked those, take a guess.
I have no idea.
I had 118 hours.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
And I never used it because I was working part-time, which was fine. But 2, like you said, every weekend that I go out on a trip, every weekend that I'm out on a plane, I'm on vacation, I'm doing something, and I get a chance to go out there, have some fun. Like I said, hang out with my friends, hang out with you guys,
And we need you, and you're great at what you do, and we need you. But I wish, and we talk about this all the time when we go on these road trips. I wish more people had. It's coming. I can see it coming. But if you get a chance to get involved, get involved, because it's so much fun. And to each their own. Like no one likes football as much as we like it. I get it, but on some level, it's going to pay off, because you're going to pick an avenue. You're going to pick a coach. You're going to pick a group of players. You're going to get involved with that, and you're going to understand what it is for us to go on, to leave our homes, to leave our families, to leave Las Cruces, go on these road trips, work that for 2 days, fly back late. Like, we land at 3. I got to be working at 7. It's going to suck.
I was kind of worried about those October games, because those are going to be weekday games.
Yeah.
But there's only one game that we're actually trying. There's only one. All the rest of them are home, so home games for that way.
I'm telling you, the schedule is crazy.
But we can just have that one game where I know that plane's going to get in at 2 a.m.
I know.
You head to the convenience store for a cup of coffee and head right to
literally when we land, my office is right there. So I'm literally going to drive there and sleep that day.
I don't know. I'm not sure if you were on this trip, but there was one trip where we did land at like 3 a.m. And
after Minnesota one.
Minnesota, that was it. Minnesota one.
I went to work.
And I literally, I did the same thing. I just drove to that convenience store right by the station.
Yep.
Grabbed a cup of coffee and a burrito. Yeah, grabbed a cup of coffee and a burrito and went right to work and started going on there.
Same thing.
People were looking at me going like, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm working."
And
because it's a nice thing where if you have 2 things in your case, the football and working with Samson and the Goal Line Club, all that. When you're doing things that you love, it just makes things so much easier. And you really work through the pain.
You really do. And I tell guys I work with all the time, and we go through. I mean, you run a small business, you're up against big conglomerates with Samson Equipment. Samson Equipment it was founded by my parents back in '76. They're now retired. Me and my brother run the day-to-day now. Andy's Apion, if you're ever listening to this, I mean, he's really running the show with production and marketing. Like, he's really that guy. I used to be back in the day. Like, my whole job right now is to bring in sales.
Yeah.
So I'm always on my phone. I'm always calling clients. I'm trying to keep our volume up. But I tell guys all the time, I was like, literally, I'm the luckiest guy you'll ever meet. I'm like, it's a lot of work, but I'm perfect for this job. I'm fortunate to have this in the family. Like, I take that on as a personal thing. Like, Samson might as well be my last name. That's how much I feel about that. I don't show that all the time, but that's how I feel. Same thing with New Mexico State football. I mean, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And nothing against any other sport. I support all of them. I'm a member of the six-man club. I'm really excited about our new basketball coach. I think he's
we had him
great.
on a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
I think he's great. I think that's a home run hire by Mario.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a football guy.
Yeah.
And I'm unadmittedly, and everyone knows that. I played football. I was a strength coach for football I got my master's at Texas State. Like I've done that. And the guys I talk to right now are football strength coaches. I mean, that kind of runs the weight room. So, admittedly, I'm that. But I go to baseball games. I go to softball games. Bart's at soccer is my guy.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love Bart's? But I mean, I'm a big Aggie guy, but it's not because I went to school here. I didn't. Yeah. Most people think I played ball here. I didn't. No. I'm a Southern Arkansas mule rider, Division II, out of Magnolia, Arkansas. And if you can tell me, Las Cruces, where the heck Magnolia, Arkansas is, I'll give you $50. But this is our town, and what I tell everybody is, if I'm passionate about it this much, and I didn't even play here, what's your excuse? Like, especially now with Coach Kill. Have you met him? No, I haven't. Okay. And then I'll make that happen. Okay, after you met him, now what's your excuse? Like, get involved. We're gonna have so many things going on and gearing up to the season, and we just went over the schedule real quick. I mean, we're geared for success. We're destined for success. I guarantee you, this is the first time in program history we're going back-to-back bowl games, man.
Yeah,
it's happening.
I feel it.
Be a part of it.
And here's the thing about sports in general with NMSU. Maybe you're not a football person, but there is so much going on with sports. You mentioned it. Coach Bart's with soccer had an excellent season.
I mean, I am so stoked for him.
Baseball, although they're not doing
8-0
this year. Yeah,
8-0
beat the
today.
Lobos. Hey, you beat the Lobos. We're happy campers.
Yeah.
We've got, of course, Mike Jordan with the volleyball team.
I mean,
success.
We don't talk about Mike Jordan enough with his legacy here. This guy. I'm excited for him moving forward too. Women's basketball, I feel it's going to make the turn.
Adams is doing great.
I think she's going to
They just announced a couple of signees.
Yeah,
here.
they're big time.
Yeah. Coach Hooten now has enough players to actually play a game now,
right?
So that's good.
And like real quick with Coach Hooten, what I'm most, and again, I'm a football guy, but I've talked to him a couple times. I think after everything that happened this last year and moving forward now, I think at Aggie Nation, if you're listening to this, get his back on this.
Look at the camera right there.
I don't. If you're listening to this, please listen to him when he speaks, because I've been nothing but impressed, and I think he's got a handle on what he's got to do. He's beat us before at Sam Houston, but he was a lifer at Sam Houston. It took a lot for him to actually take this job and do it. He's not going to be here for a few years and move on. That's not how he is.
One of the things that was really good when I talked to him and he talked about making that decision to come here, he said that his kids are more excited to come here than it seems that he is, and his wife is all for it.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah,
she's.
I have not had a chance to meet her because they're
you
they're
should
back
probably
finishing school.
you need to probably interview them as a team sometime on the show. She's amazing.
Here's a cool story that I did not realize that happened, because coach is coming in. They're still looking for a place. They haven't found a house or anything else like that. I
texted Jans. I said, why not just rent out Jans's house?
Yeah, exactly.
I said that.
Yeah, and so you're the one that hooked him up with that?
He did. Yeah, he's like, did the whole emoji back. I'm like, yeah, why not? I mean, it's just sitting there.
See, and that's another one of those things that, like, Coach Jan just says, like, yeah, let him do it. Let's rent out the whole place. And it's showing that love that even a former coaches. You talk about Tony and Jan's doing this.
Well, let's talk. Like, I mean, not to circle back too far, but I mean that's why, like, to me, that's why this place is so special. Is because, like, if you do it right, if you're a coach, you're coming in here and you do it right, we have your back for life, and he knows that. Like, I'm texting Jans and stuff. I'm like, he's too big for me now. He's SEC, like, and I don't do it all the time, but he knows my seat's for basketball right behind the bench, and he knows how passionate I am about him. But I like to see coaches coach. That's what. It's not the best angle to watch a basketball game, but I want to see coaches coach. My dad wants to see coaches coach. My dad's a coach. My mom coach. Like, they want to see that. So I text him randomly, and then he'll always respond. And I think the reason why he does is because he knows what it means to us, and then we always had his back no matter what. And if you do it right here, we're rooting you on. Like, he called me when he took the job, and he's like, hey, and he's like apologizing. And I'm like, what are you apologizing for? And he's like, well, what do you mean? I was like, Coach, that's Mississippi State. That's SEC. We're like, you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Like, but do me a favor and chime in with the next, like, be a part of that. Like, when I ask you about, the next guy, which is Greg, like, tell me, and all this stuff. And we'll skip some of that. But when Hooten he called me back and he's like, hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I called him back. I was like, I'm thinking about this, and I'm running the football booster club now. He's like, yeah, I see that. Chris is donating. Like, he's going to give us money. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really awesome
well, if he doesn't, he's never going to see this. But if he doesn't, I'm going to send him this. I'm like, hey, you owe me, dude. but he will. Like, he still owns that home. And then I text him about that. I was like, hey, why don't you just rent it to Hooten? Like, they're looking. Like, why not?
Yeah, and it's not.
And it's a great home. Like, why not? And they're like, yeah, why not? They're like, that's how you do it.
Yeah,
that's how you submit a legacy here.
The cool thing,
and they're doing it right.
Yeah, the cool thing about that, when I was talking with Coach about that, is not only did he rent out the home for them, but because he and his wife are going to look for a home, they're going to go out and buy their own. But the fact that it's not only him, it's all the other assistant coaches in there.
Exactly.
They're living in there like it's a dorm room, and they're getting ready, and they're
it's like
amazing.
And if you ever interview the wife, and they got his wife and their two kids are great. I mean, they're just it just echoes who he is and who they are together as a couple. Great family. But they're doing this right now, and I'm like, really, dude? Like, you're really, like, seriously? He's like, yeah, we're gonna blah blah blah. I call Chris right away. It's like, hey, I just left your house, bro. And he's like, yeah. I was like, this is gonna be crazy for a minute, but you're a super, like, your legacy's already cemented here. It's further that you're doing this. Like, and I guarantee you, you're probably losing money on the deal. He's like, oh yeah. I'm like, but to help. And I'm like, you're the man. So, like, that's how you do it. Like if everyone coaches here and they then move on to greener pastures and you do it right, because Chris did. Like, when he got hired at Mississippi State, you start off the sentence and you think Aggie Nation, you think Mario, you think the guys that gave you a chance, and he did that. That's all we want. That's all we want. Give us thanks and move on, and we're rooting for you.
Absolutely.
We didn't even have to change colors so much. I mean, they're kind of crimson, they're more maroon, but not.
Yeah.
He still wore that same jacket.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did. He's like, I didn't have to buy a new jacket because no one noticed. I'm like,
there you go.
That was a nod to us. He loves us. I mean, he came back for the spring game.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he came back. Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to make it to the spring game, but that's pretty cool. No, I think.
Well, I don't want to blow up for it, but we won.
I heard.
We won.
I heard.
We won the
Actually,
game. We're undefeated. We're on a no so far.
The one thing that I did hear a lot about after the spring game is defense.
Yes.
That our defense is looking pretty tough.
Gino, I got to tell you, man. Like, I've been doing this a long time, and I'm always optimistic. It's just my nature.
Because you're an Aggie fan.
But I'm telling, well, of course. Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, and we got more recruits coming. Right now, like, our biggest drop off was Brohard and Ojo are out. They're going on. I'm so rooting for both of them. I think,
yeah.
Well, they both got camp invites, and I don't know.
Well, Trevor got Niners.
I know.
Right?
Well, yeah.
So I'm looking for that.
And I'm a Raider fan. I'm so, if he makes the squad, I'm buying I'm buying some Niner gear, which is against my DNA. But I love that kid so much.
Somebody, a quick side note, because somebody told me, because the Phoenix Suns are somewhat looking for people. Somebody told me that there was talk between the Raptors and the Suns for Siakam.
No.
It's a rumor.
Don't tease me.
There's a rumor, and I said, if that rumor comes true, that
me and you,
store is going to get some.
If that happens, me and you are going to a game together.
I will do that.
And I will.
You're going to have to drive. I will. Let me drive on the highway.
Well, no, we're flying on buying your plane ticket.
Okay.
I'm telling you, like, we're going if that happens. Because Pascal is one of my favorite players all time here.
Yeah,
great guy.
He's an awesome guy. But anyway, you say.
Well, I was saying, like, if you're looking at this, like, we lost Brohard, we lost Ojo, but like, we got to fill those gaps. We got that transfer kid from Penn State, who's good, but our defensive coordinator is so smart at doing this, and Coach Kill is so good at finding where we need to be, but definitely between our conference.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to compete with Florida State or Texas A&M or Clemson or Alabama. I'm trying to compete against North Texas and UTSA and Middle Tennessee and who's on our schedule this year.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like to see the athleticism and the speed and the way we handled spring ball this year, I can't wait to see what we have in summer camp. Like, I can't wait to see what we got. Because we got more kids coming.
Yeah. And the cool thing is we're only 3 months away. But
they're going to fly by.
Oh, it's going to go by so fast. And this is the joy, and this is the coolest thing about getting into the conference now, because as an independent, you're always playing those tough games. Like the fact that what we did last year is unbelievable. If somebody would have said where we were going to end up at the end of the season, they'd say you're going to go to a bowl game and you're going to win. If somebody had said that at the beginning of the season, I was like,
forget that. You told me that we're going to go to Liberty and rout them.
Yeah.
Rout them. And then get picked for that bowl game.
Yeah.
It's the only bowl game on that day, the day after Christmas.
Yep.
And we're going to, after what we did to Liberty, there was no doubt we were going to win.
Yeah.
Pavia took that game on his shoulders the second half. That's the reason why we won.
That was all.
And it was so inspiring to see. And he's a New Mexico kid, and all of New Mexico watched that. It was like however many million people they posted. It's like 4.5 million, whatever, because it's the only game on. Everyone watched it, and we're in and those players, don't get it twisted. Those players don't not appreciate the fact that they're in a pro stadium.
Yeah.
Like, we're walking out, we're warming up. Again, I'm the oldest ball boy in the history of bowl games, by the way, because that happened.
I think I saw that photo.
Oh, I was so happy about that. So one of the ball boys didn't show, and Bron Cartwright's getting mad. And I'm like, hey, I grew up, in Mexico State ball boy. I did that all through middle school, high school. I'll do it.
I'll do it. Yeah.
And you're like, well, you're a booster. Like, you're going to run you're set up to run the booster club this next year, right? I was like, yeah, you took it over. I was like, yeah. You want to do that? I'm like, yeah. Give it to me.
Why not? Yeah.
I have the vest, Gino. I framed it. I'll show you a picture of it sometime. I framed it. It's in my garage right now. I got it. I kept it, and that's mine. It's a 2-cent vest made in Taiwan, I'm sure.
Sure.
But I emailed the Guinness Book of World Records for who's the oldest ball boy to ball boy a bowl game. And they hit me back with the oldest that we have on record is 19. And I go, I'm 44. So where's my certificate?
Get the plaque,
and I'm waiting on it still. But
when that comes in, you got to.
But we did that.
But
the point of all this bullshit is,
it's the internet. You can say whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But that happened in year one. And no one thought, even me, even the most avid, thought that would happen. And we overachieved. So now we've done that. And that's a huge recruiting tool.
Yep. And
we've got these other players in now. And now we're doing it. I go to spring ball every year for 10 years. This is the most energetic I've seen it. This is the fastest I've seen us play. This is the hardest I've seen us hit. Like, we're throwing strikes, and Pavia is still our number one quarterback. After all this other stuff, he's still there because he's balling out. But it raises the level of competition. So when Kel brings in people, he understands, what we got to compete. Yeah. We got to be on this level. And if you can rise, then rise. Yeah. Pavia's doing it. Right now, and we talk about schedule. I'm telling you, right now is the time. If you're just a moderate fan, buy in, get involved, because I'm telling you, if you just like it, don't love it like we do, but like it, get involved. I will have you meet the coaches. I'll have you meet some of the players. We can do that. We can bridge those gaps. But then you see what we're talking about, and you see just a glimpse of it. Not like we've been doing it too long, but just a glimpse of it, and you're going to buy in, because this is going to be so much fun this fall, and you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss out on this. No. You don't want to sit there in the signs, and then at the end of it, I wish I would have gone to a game. That first game against UMass, it's going to be packed.
Oh, it's going to be.
It's going to be
killer.
Packed.
It's going to be killer.
And we're going to beat the crap out of them, man. It's not even be close. If they score any points, I'll be shocked. how hyped coach is going to get these guys. Yeah.
So I know, no doubt, we're going to win that.
Not even close.
I'm not going to be so bold as to say they won't score any points because I'm a nice guy, but
I'm
but
not.
we're-
I'm not. I'm not. I mean, come on. Like, come out. Like, that first game, it's going to be a 6 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah.
The Goal Line Club tailgate, if you join the Goal Line Club, again, that's www.nmstateglc.com. The bottom level is $100. So basically, like, my sales pitch to everybody is my tailgate worth $100 for the year? And there's 5. How many home games there are? 5 home games, something like that.
That's a few, yeah.
And we fund it completely free. And suggestions are always welcome for the next one. But only local vendors, 5 home games a year, and we stock it. So it's completely free. It should be worth $100 out of your pocket for that.
At least.
For the year.
Yeah.
I'm not talking per game, for the year.
Yeah.
And we get you a little something back. But then the levels go up.
Yeah, the levels go up
but come up.
And you get cooler stuff as you go up.
And if you don't, even the day of that first game, we'll have people there to sign you up. And I will sign you up on my own phone. Like, we'll get you done. But even if you don't, go to the game.
Yeah.
Get your ticket. $10 ticket, still general admission. Go to the game and watch what's about to happen. Because if you're not a part of it, you're gonna regret it.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
You don't want to be. I used to say this all the time. You don't want to be the person that's that next game hearing everybody talk about that game, hearing everybody talk about how well they're doing. Get your tickets. Get out there. I will tell you, best value for entertainment. Mario March is doing insane things with ticket prices.
Yes, it's like how are we having $10 tickets?
I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know. We should be charging a whole heck of a lot.
Nothing costs $10.
No,
nothing.
I don't think I've ever had. I don't think I've had lunch for less than $10.
No.
in forever. But yeah,
well, you get the side of chips. Why,
No, it's the drinks that get me. It's the drinks that get me. One too many root beers, and those things will add up a little bit more. But it is one of the best values out there. You can guarantee to go out and have a good time. Join the Goal Line Club, $100. You get the tailgate stuff taken care of for you.
Done.
Hit the Goal Line Club tailgate. Enjoy that. Hang out with some great people. Get ready for the game. Go in there. Enjoy the game. It's going to be a great season. All the games are going to be awesome, and it's just going to be a whole lot of fun.
Well, and be a part of the community. You know what I mean? Like
be a part of the history and that legacy that I think Coach Bill is building. This program that he's building part of.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait till we get there. And once again, everything is looking really nice for NMSU sports as we go on. As we're going into that first season in Conference USA, everything is looking so awesome. I can't wait till we get some more schedules coming out.
We have a legit chance to be first year in Conference USA and win it.
Yeah.
Think about that.
No,
that's insane.
Trust me,
it's insane to say that. But we have a shot. It's crazy.
Okay, I will say we have a shot. I will say we will have an above average shot. Yeah, because I'm looking at the teams. I'm going,
I know.
I don't want to talk about it, but this is our first year. We got Coach Kill is doing amazing. The team is doing amazing, and I think we're just on a roll.
We can do this.
Just
but if we're gonna do this, when we have home games, we gotta have you guys show up.
Absolutely.
I don't join the Goal Line Club. Don't join the Goal Line Club. Come to my tailgate. Don't come to my tailgate. Go to the game, please. If you come to the tailgate, I promise you, we always have general admission tickets on the ready. We always buy at least 100 of them just to have. If you need a ticket, we will find a way to get you a ticket. Go to the game. The biggest thing you can do to help us, and I get this question all the time.
Yeah.
How can I help? Well, Goal Line Club. And if they're not into that, whatever reason, the biggest way always is just to show up. Go to the game. Take your family out. If you're trying to decide on the weekend where you're going to spend your money, movies or whatever, you got a couple 20s to rub together. Go to the football game. That will mean more in the end. Your kids will have a good time. You and your wife will have a good time. Everyone will have a good time. But I'm telling you, with the way the schedule's setting up, we're going to win. So you're going to leave that with you and your family and your kids feeling like a winner. Yeah. More times than not this season, because it's coming. I promise you it's coming. Go to the games.
There you go. And I can't say it any better than that right there, Scott. Thanks a lot for stopping by.
Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Your excitement and your enthusiasm is, it's infectious.
How-
everybody around you is going to.
How can you not, like? How can you not like get excited about this? We're about to go. We have the first chance in history. Think about it. We've been Aggie fans forever.
Yeah,
We've had a program forever.
Yeah.
In the history of this program, to go back-to-back bowl games, we can do it this year.
Absolutely.
It's happening.
Absolutely. But it and like I said, your enthusiasm is infectious. I can't say it any better. I just love hearing this, and it feels good to be around people that feel the same way that I do about
It's our
programs
time.
and
Do you know?
sports. Yeah.
It's our time.
It's our time. There you go.
Let's have fun with
Aggie
it.
time.
Yes.
There you go. Right there.
Love
Thanks
you,
a
brother.
lot, Scott.
Thank you.
I love it. Absolutely. Let's see if if you want to go ahead and take that off there for a second. We'll see if Max wants to come over.
Maxie.
Max,
Maxie.
did you want to come in? Okay. No problem, man. Hey, Maxie, go ahead and throw this one on there under your shirt right there. Sorry, I just realized I called you Maxie. I didn't know we knew.
It happens, man.
Yeah,
It happens.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah.
Check.
Max from the Amador Live Eater and Entertainment District. Max. Been a while, man. You've been a busy guy.
Yeah, well, this time of year, we had the Amador days with the Bone Thugs. And
Yeah,
then
I heard that was a great
it
show.
was
They
wild,
played forever.
great. It was fun. Everybody had a good time. And, so many people have been waiting so long to get that one done. So they're happy to get that one done. And then it's just been banquet and graduation season, man. So
yeah, you've got some tables set up here already.
yeah,
okay.
we just that's why I'm running a little late today. We had to move the entire Oregon Mountain baseball banquet into the Amador on the fly because it was sprinkling.
Wow. Yeah, I said it was threatening, but all it is talk right now. So yeah, but
just to be safe,
you've got, you just finished up with Amador days as well, so you've been really, really busy. But you've got stuff going on. I'm looking at the schedule right here, and we'll even just start off with the fact that every Friday you've got your Throwback Friday here. And, Mike G and Valles are out having a lot of fun. We got some bands coming up on the 26th, Los Chirreros. I hear they're hot.
Yeah, we're starting the end of May, and we go all summer. We'll have music every Friday, Saturday, plus the DJs. So,
and then we've got the Mimosa. We've got
Brian Mars
coming up on the 27th.
Yeah, he'll be kicking off our.
This is what I'm looking forward to right here. Okay, Buckingham's coming in. Lonnie Klein's going to be coming in. They're going to have the full orchestra.
Yep. Last
year, you guys did that with Paul McCartney.
Yeah, the Paul McCartney tribute band. Yeah, this is the real deal.
Yeah, this is the actual Buckingham's coming in, and that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Then you move on. Fresco for June is going to be the Hawaiian barbecue. I was just talking with Jeff earlier. They're going to roast the pig out here.
Oh, yeah.
On there. They're going to get things great going. And then once again, all of the music that you've got coming up all summer long is just going to be a whole blast. So you've got so much stuff that's happening for this summer.
The other one, I don't know that it's quite on there yet. It's probably they're just about to do it. Is there you go? Yeah, is that one it right there?
Yeah, there we go. Unleashed.
Yeah, so if you bring that one up right there,
Triple Jack.
Earlier in the day on the Triple Jack one, we have the School of Rock. It's a bunch of it's like a musician academy out of El Paso, and it's several bands that are all little kids, and they're going to play from like 4 to 7 on the first. And it's hilarious. It's because they're little, but they're totally ripping the guitar and drumming and stuff.
That's one of those things that makes me look at my bass and go like, I don't need to pick it up. These guys, I can't compete with these guys.
Yeah.
I see it all the time online when you see these kids just ripping stuff. And in fact, recently, Nuno Betancourt from Extreme.
Yeah,
they're having a new album out. They have a few singles out. Everybody's talking about this song Rise and the solo that he does in there, and I'm going, that's a typical Nuno solo. It's not anything big, but it's one of those things that people haven't seen in 30 years. It's really big. But he recently did a Play With Me contest where people would do the solo for Play With Me, which is something off Extreme's first album in 1989. And this kid won it. This 13-year-old kid ripped a Nuno Betancourt solo, and I'm going like, I don't think I don't need to practice today.
It's super cool because they need something to do all summer, and some of them are kind of just starting out, and it's a lot of parents and stuff, but it works good here with the grass, and
some of them just have some really good talent,
and other ones that just rip it.
But if you haven't been out over here to the Amador Live Eatery and Entertainment District, one, I don't know where you've been, but two, when you have, especially the events out here on the patio and the stage, when it's out on the grass, it is like one of the best places to have a show. And I mean,
Yeah, it feels good.
So much fun to have everybody out here. And I know everybody enjoyed themselves for the Bone Fest.
Oh yeah, yeah, we packed the place.
I heard it was
packed.
and no lightning or anything else like that.
Nice and dry. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Well, you know, as far as rain goes, but everybody had a good time.
Yeah, and then I mean, we'll be booking through the summer. We got the mimosa markets coming up. The first one on the 27th of May, and if you haven't been to one of those they basically just take the place of our normal Saturday brunch, but we do a mimosa bucket special, and we have a lot of vendors out on the grass that you know, you can cruise around with your mimosa and do a little shopping to local vendors and stuff like that. And then we have on July 15th, we were just finally got things rolling on it last week. We should have everything up on it here in the next few days, but we're going to do the Southwest Metal Fest. So we're doing 10 metal bands in one day, Saturday, July 15th.
Metal or hard rock and metal?
A little bit of everything, yeah. But it's.
Have you got all your bands booked? Is it like a showcase? Or?
Yeah, it's like a showcase. Everybody gets, you know, like 25 minutes.
You got all your bands booked?
Just about. The guy that's leading the charge on that is Travis Manning from Flat Black.
Okay, Travis. I'll give him a call.
Yeah, give him a call.
I got a friend of mine. They play out of Phoenix. They're called Stereo Rex. I'm going to give you a free plug, Paul. Are you ready? They're called Stereo Rex. It's a friend of mine from back in the day. We both moved to Phoenix to become rock stars, and obviously it worked out well for me. But he's still out there playing. He's playing with a band called Stereo Rex. Get it? Because they're old guys. And in fact, they're coming out with a new video here in about 12 hours that they're going to be releasing. I think it's coming out sometime tomorrow. But they're playing, and I'd love to see if they wanted to come down here and enjoy the show. That would be pretty awesome. But I'll give
Travis a call. He's kind of spearheading it, and we're going to try it. It's going to be a free event. I
wonder. I mentioned it to Travis before. I wonder if he would bring back NME for the metal. For the summer metal.
I don't know. That's
Have
definitely.
You heard about his band Enemy?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay. I could say the whole name because it's the internet, but I'm not gonna. But yeah, his thrash metal band from back.
There's going to be, I think, they're going to sling some hard stuff.
And when is it?
It's going to be July 15th. I think it's going to start about 4 in the afternoon. It's going to be open to the public. No cover. They're just going to take turns getting up there. We're just going to. You know, you
might find me having a permanent seat at that table right there, so I get a good view of the stage.
There you go, and we'll probably do it where everyone brings lawn chairs or whatever, and just enjoy it. Let's see how it goes. You know.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to be what your lawn's going to be in part of there. If somebody starts a pit in the middle of that,
oh my gosh,
I'm not sure if that. But they're still nice guys.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it should be good. And then, we'll have the second half of the summer, plenty going on. And then we'll be getting ready for Aggie Invasion. So we're putting that. It's usually like that little 3-day festival we do for when NMSU students come back. And then the other things that we have that are on the radar is on September 10th, we're going to be doing the 575 Cocktail Classic, which is a Sunday. And the reason we do it on a Sunday is because that's when all the bartenders can make it down here. And there'll be bartenders from all over the state. There's going to be a big cash prize. It'll definitely be probably the biggest purse for a bartender cocktail competition in the state. So awesome. We're trying to make it the biggest one in the state.
That'd be cool.
And that's going to be a lot of fun. And then the other one that's kind of lingering out there is Jesse saves in September. If Canelo fights, which I'm pretty sure he will, this last fight he had, I just don't think it marketed that well, but I think he's going to probably take on a pretty big name.
That was the one that you had the screen,
and the audio, and everyone really liked that. Yeah, so that was a good night. If he fights a decent, if he fights a good fighter, and there's 3 guys that are kind of circling him that he should fight, then we'll do the big pay-per-view.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, like I've said, Max has got things going on all summer long. There's no excuses. If you haven't been out here to the Amador Live Eatery and Entertainment District, come on out. You've got Broken Spoke. You've got 575. I finally had a chance to make it upstairs for a couple of times.
Oh, did you?
Which was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm afraid of heights, so that was a lot of fun hanging those banners and walking up those stairs. But yeah, the place is amazing. It's a great place to just hang out if you want to hang out on the patio or just hang out inside at any of the places. Great place for live music and all the there's a reason they call it the entertainment district here, because you've got the entertainment going on.
There's always something going on. Okay. And sometimes if you're just here for just regular quiet dinner, there's plenty of that.
You know,
going on,
there's
too.
nothing wrong with coming in for a great lunch. You know, Chef isn't walking by because I don't want to inflate his ego, but you know.
I think we probably have. We got probably, if not probably one of the best deals in town for lunch specials right now.
Oh yeah,
So.
lunch specials, dinner specials. You've got monthly specials that are going on all the time, and the food is great. Chef does an amazing job, and like I said, I'm really looking forward to the Hawaiian
That's going to be fun.
cookout. That's going to be a whole lot of fun this next month. I'll make my plans. You're definitely going to find me out here for the Buckinghams too, because I want to be here for that. But there's so many things that I love being out here for, so I have no problem saying that, Max, man. I'm amazed at what you're able to go ahead and get done here. You do a great job. So.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's always fun. It's always a challenge, but we enjoy it.
Yeah, but all the hard work pays off, right?
Eventually.
Yeah. All the happy, smiling faces stumbling. I mean, walking out of the.
At the end of the night.
At the end of the night, it's just like that. Thanks a lot, man.
Okay.
And
to see
that's going to do it for us this week here at the Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast. Of course, we are here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Actually, next week is going to be, I guess, our season finale.
Yeah.
We're going to be
Memorial Day. Yeah.
And then Memorial Day, and then we're going to be taking a little bit of a break for the summer. Those 2 months, we'll be back in August as we get ready for all of the fall sports, Aggie football, the high school football, everything else like that. So next week will be our last show. Also, I invite you to come on out next week and join us out on the patio, have a seat at the tables, enjoy some drinks, and that way we can all enjoy ourselves. So until then, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next week, 6 p.m. right here on the patio at the Amador Live Media and Entertainment District for our Mesilla Valley News Sports